Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Jordan for the Lifestyle Show on Ben TV. Actually, in a venue I've never actually touched before, the Shepherd's Bush Empire, for a fantastic concert, which is part of an amazing tour, which is Morgan Heritage, Jamiri Morgan, and the gentleman right next to me, the one and only Mr. Amari Banks. How you doing, sir?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Honoured to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you, thank you. I feel very touched. A gentleman such as yourself, I can say the first time I've met someone who's travelled from the sports world to the music industry. Tell me, how does that come about?
Well, the story goes like this. I've been brought up around a dad who's been in music industry since the early 70s. So I grew up with music being a part of me. My earliest memories are on tour in Italy with my dad performing on stage at the age of 5 years old. But when I got to the age of maybe 6, 7 years old, as every young child and kid does, you venture into sports. Yeah. Sports was something that I loved to do as well, and I was talented enough to be able to pursue it at the international level. Played professionally at the age of 18, internationally at the age of 20, and had a career that spanned 11 years, enjoyed that, but music was something that was always around. As I mentioned before, from a child I was involved in music and talent shows. And even when I was playing cricket, music was something that always kept me balanced and kept my focus. So music is something that has always been around. So when I decided 4 years ago to really move ways and separate myself from the sporting side of it, I mean, it felt quite natural. So I'm happy to be doing something which I've always been around and something that brings me a lot of pleasure as well.
One thing I will touch, we are going to touch on the music, but during this sports career, this gentleman made history. The first man from the island of Anguilla to be part of the West Indies cricket team. So congratulations on that to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Still sticking briefly on the transition. What is the atmosphere like from having your sporting crowd and the music crowd on a live performance? Which one would you say you prefer? Get a buzz more?
It's fun. I mean, in sports, you have to be a lot more focused, a lot more detailed, and you have to see a little bit more, what should I say, balance in the sense that you can't really overreact. In music now, everything you probably got to magnify it a little bit. If you're feeling happy, you got to jump up because it's entertainment. So, I mean, I enjoyed both of them. Music, I believe, is the one that lends to more fun because you can express yourself more and you can be yourself. Sometimes in sport, you really have to go along with the team plan. You really cannot necessarily say what you feel, but really what's in the best interest of the team. So music for me, I find is a lot more fun. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed sports, but music is something that I think you can let yourself go a little bit more, and that's fun to do.
Fun and talented, because if you haven't heard Amari Banks, I don't know where you guys have been. Fantastic artist. I've seen some of your videos, really loving the vibe. A guitarist as well, so you're not only a vocalist, but behind the guitar. What age did you pick up the guitar from?
I had guitars even before I could play the guitar. As I mentioned before, my dad gave me that environment, but not even only my dad. My entire family, I would say, is a musical family. Whether it be Christmas or summer holidays, we always got together and played music together. So it was always a sort of bonding experience within the family. So the guitar was something that was always around. I'm happy to say actually that my first job when I left high school was actually doing music. That actually facilitated me being able to do cricket full time because it's well documented. West Indies cricket, you really got to work hard, and I mean financially you got to really fend for yourself. And music was something that I was able to lean upon, and I had to be competent enough to do that, play and sing as my first job, and I enjoyed that. So guitar, I find, has always been an extension of me when I come to writing my songs, when I'm performing on stage, because my dad does the same as well. He plays the guitar, he plays the piano, he plays the harmonica. So music for me, especially songwriting and the guitar, it has always been hand in hand. Guitar, singing, performing.
Fantastic. And what I'm hearing is a lot of mention of the family environment for you, and here you are now on tour with the first family of reggae, Morgan Heritage. How does that experience feel?
It's a great feeling. Morgan Heritage is a group that I've always admired. Peter Morgan, Gramps Morgan, and I'll take you back to the family situation. The first time I met Gramps Morgan was in Anguilla performing at my dad's music festival, Moonsplash. And he did a great job. I met his son, Jamiri Morgan, and through that relationship, we continued to grow over the years. Gramps fell in love with Anguilla. He still loves coming there. And I did a show with the Heritage Group in St. Martin, which is a neighboring island, myself, Morgan Heritage, and a couple other acts from Jamaica as well. High Octane and Alkaline, I think it was. And actually, a gentleman who was working with them at the time in terms of management saw me. We actually started to work together for a bit, and he thought it would have been a great idea that myself and Peter Morgan do a song, because I had written the song No Point to Prove, and I was thinking about a collaboration with that song. And we made it happen. Peter Morgan, as I said before, is somebody I always admired, I always respected. His vocal ability is second to none, I believe. And watching him perform on stage, I've seen him perform before, but right now that I'm on tour, watching him perform night in, night out, he's one of those people who give you 100% every time he goes out there. So it's a great experience to do the song with him, but it's also a great experience to be here on tour to watch how he goes about his business.
Fantastic. Yes, of course. If there is anyone to tour with, who else? But yes, Morgan Heritage, as a fantastic family, fantastic environment, and very influential people to, most definitely. Right, talking yourself now, you've got an album out at the moment, doing great stuff all over in the Caribbean, the UK, Europe. Tell us a bit more about that. How long did it take you to put that together?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Move On album has been out really for the past three years, I would say. We actually did a Move On Deluxe Edition album that's out right now. In March of this year, we wanted to do really an album which kind of summarized everything I had done from this time I started to get into music until now. So a lot of the songs are songs that I did from the start. As an artist, you grow over a period of time, and I would definitely say that I've grown from when I started to now. And I'm actually really looking forward to releasing an EP which will be coming out in the start of the year. But the album that's out now is called Move On Deluxe Edition. It's got all of the songs from the Move On album with the additional song Run Around, the Run Around remix with Jamari Morgan, as well as No Point to Prove with Peter Morgan. So I'm really happy. It's really one of those albums that you have to get, because I believe that tells a story from when I started to now. And there's a progression from there. And I'm really looking forward to actually the EP that will be coming out early next year, because I'm eager to showcase to the rest of the world the growth that has happened over the past 4 years.
We're eager to hear it. We're eager to hear it. But for all the fans who've been hearing about this fantastic gentleman, an album that's out, an EP to look forward to, can we possibly, I know you've got to perform later on, but can I persuade you to give us a short a cappella?
Which song? Okay. I don't have no point to prove. I don't have to front for try confuse. I don't copy from boy paper. I make the moves, the rest them follow. Pay them no mind. Keep doing our thing, take with blessing in time. And I copy from boy paper. I make the moves, the rest them follow.
Fantastic. Round of applause for that. No, fantastic. Well, thank you, sir. Best of luck. I mean, not even best of luck. You've been on tour so far. A few more dates left on it. And we're looking forward to seeing the EP. But just for anyone who wants to follow you, Facebook, social networks, websites, anything you'd like to give out? I'm
very easy to get in contact with you. If you remember my name, it's Omari Banks. On Facebook, it's Omari Banks. Search Omari Banks Music, actually, Omari Banks Music. On Instagram, it's Omari Banks 11, OMARIBANKS, the number 11. On Twitter, it's Omari Banks 11, OMARIBANKS 11. And my webpage is www.omaribanks.com.
He's got it all locked. Be sure to follow, support good music, sir. Best of luck.
Blessings.
Thank you very much.
One love.
Okay, cheers. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. The O2. The O2 Empire, that's the new name. I know it as the Shepherd's Bush Empire. I'm old school that way. And I'm here with a gentleman who, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, is a record breaker, history maker in itself, because we're talking third generation in music. The one and only Mr. Jamari Morgan. How you doing,
Yeah,
sir?
man, bless up.
So yes, tell us, you're on the tour. How does it feel?
It feels great, and I mean, we started off in the UK. We're actually doing the UK and Europe. We started off with Shepherds. No, I'm not talking about Shepherds. Sheffield. Sheffield went to Birmingham, and then we went up to Europe. We did a couple of shows in the Netherlands, went to Germany, and we're back here in London, finishing off in Amsterdam tomorrow. Yeah, man.
Wow. So how's the vibe been touring Europe? What? It's difficult to say.
Cold.
Yes.
Very cold. Very cold. You know, we're island people, so we're used to the good hot sun. So, yeah, man, it's very cold.
Yes. Okay.
Good
so
vibes, though. Good vibes.
That's the bit. As long as you've had the vibes, and of course you bring the vibe. So I know it's been a good one throughout. So tell us, how did your career start for yourself? I know your granddad's been in the music, uncles, aunts, dad. But what kicked it off for you? What made you say you wanted to get into the industry?
Well, I've been touring with Morgan Heritage since I was probably about 3 years old. You know, I used to watch my dad on the stage play the keyboard and then go replicate what he did on we had a keyboard on the bus. So I'll go there and play like a melody, din, 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 I would play it on the piano. And one day I played it, and my dad was like, "What to it? The boy have look talent." So ever since then, you know what I mean. Honestly, I've kind of shifted different things I want to do in life. I want to be a basketball player, lawyer. So many different things. You know, this stuff that a young teen goes to. But eventually, I started rapping, and my dad heard me in the house one day. He was like, "Yo, rapping thing now."
Okay.
And then I started singing in the house one day, and he said, "Boy, I sing if I sing, I ramp around." And ever since then, I've been a snowball effect. I've been studying different singers, different genres of music, actually putting the effort and development as what it takes to be an artist. And here I am today.
Okay, and here he is today doing
Yeah.
big stuff. So outside of the family unit, who were some of your influences in music?
Bob Marley, Stephen Marley, my brethren Joe Mercer Marley, Chronix, Prodigy, Jay-Z, Ace Hood, Lil Wayne, all different type of Kenny Chesney, Slipknot, different rock. I listen to all different genres, so if you like, here's like some different things from me. But yeah, people like those.
Okay, I like that, eclectic, and it always helps to build a sound because you can then relate in different
Exactly, like you can even with the culture wise, like rock has their own culture. R&B have a different culture. R&B is like full of ladies, you know what I mean? Reggae we're more of like relaxed and cool and get going. Hip hop you gotta be out, you gotta be clubbing, you gotta know what's going on, what's the new style, what's the new sneakers out and everything. So you kinda mix all those cultures and make it your own.
This is it. So talking that, you've got the various cultures, the family influences culture, you've got the tour. What's next for Jamiri after that?
I don't know what's next. Currently just worrying about the show tonight here at the O2. But whatever jazz ahead of me, I'm looking forward to it. I'm always ready, prepared to work. So, yeah, man.
Great stuff. Okay, what we're going to do now for the fans of the Morgan family and the Jamiri fans, can we get a cappella from yourself to
Sure.
entertain the crowd?
Excuse me, pretty lady. Nice to meet you, my name is Jamiri. And ever since you moved right around my way, my eyes are blessed by your beauty, girl. So I just wanna know, do you have a man? Cause shorty for you and I have plans. Here's my number, let me know if you're interested. There's a girl in my neighborhood. Yeah, man, I hate that.
Wow. Yes, that's big stuff, stuff.
Yeah.
So is there an album coming out, one to look forward to?
Yeah, like I said, I'm working on my EP entitled Transition. Basically me going from a young kid to a young man. And I get songs like Try Your Love featuring my father, Gramps Morgan. Songs with me going through relationships and all different things of life. So yeah, man, Transition.
Big stuff, transition. And right, can we just catch all your social networks, please?
Yeah, Facebook.com/Jamiri Morgan, Jemere Morgan. My Twitter and Instagram is I am Jamiri, I am Jemere.
Okay, big stuff. Okay, and then Anthony Jordan, Jamiri Morgan, signing out. Jordan here in the Shepherd's Bush Empire, honoured to once again be here with, last time they were the Kings, and here they are with the album Strictly Roots, Morgan Heritage. Peter, how you doing, sir? Respect. Gramps? Yes, how are you guys doing?
Blessed, we give thanks, you know.
Yes. So, as I said, you guys are here. The 10th album, but the first one under the banner of Morgan Heritage. I saw it last time, Gramps, on your cap, CTBC, Cool to Be Conscious. That's it, respect. Tell us about the album. How long did it take you guys to put it together?
I mean, we've been working on it since we've released Here Come the Kings. You know, every time we release an album, we start working on the next one right away. You know, because it takes time and, you know, usually the life of an album is like 2 years, sometimes 3. So you don't wait till the life of the album is on its last leg to start recording new material, because the inspiration, it never stops, and you can't tell inspiration when to come. You know what I mean? So we're always creating new music, preparing for a new release. So we've been working on this album since Here Come the Kings, and it's our first independent release as an independent label for Morgan Heritage, actually. And our label is called CTBC Music Group, Cool to Be Conscious Music Group, you know? Yeah.
So how have you found the experience as doing it as an independent for yourselves, releasing an album?
I mean, it's been great. It's a lot of work. Don't get it wrong. It's not easy, you know, because everything for the album, you've got to do it. All the marketing, all the promotion, the money that has to be spent. It's all on you. But the greatest thing is that you have a direct connect to the audience now, you know what I mean? Which you eliminate all the middle people, and you don't have people telling you, oh, this song's not going to work, or this one's going to work, or you should do it like this. At the end of the day, we're the ones creating the music. We're the ones on stage performing in front of the audience. We are the ones connecting with the audience. The artist is the ones connecting. You know, a lot of times you have executives that sit up in the office. They don't know. No one knows what a hit record is until it's out and the people accept it as such. And we tell people, say, hit records are gifts from the Most High. If they weren't gifts, then everyone would write a hit record every day. And every song that is released would be a hit record. You know what I mean? So we're grateful for when you put music out and people accept it, and when you go out and promote the thing and start performing, you see these people singing the songs, you know, word for word, and these songs becoming meaningful to their lives. You know what I mean? So it's just having a closer relationship with the fan base, with the audience, and, you know, even behind this new album here, Strictly Roots, we are seeing a lot of new faces at our concerts that we have never seen before. You know what I mean? So a lot of great things are happening, and we're grateful for it.
Most definitely grateful. We're grateful to have the music. Gramps, I'm going to come on to sticking on what Peter said, the element of knowing what the audience want. I know that's something you also mentioned previously in an interview. With a 20-year longevity, how do you guys find it so easy, well, I say easy from your perspective, to keep up with the changing market and know what your audience want?
Let's do our homework, you know. Let's do your homework. As an NBA player goes into practice and tightens up his game and shoots 21,000 foul shots to be better, that when the time comes, when it's to shoot that one important shot, it can be right on the money. So it's just researching and just continue to stay humble and check out the new artists and just, you know, just keep our ears and eyes open. That's the biggest thing, because as you listen to the new album Strictly Roots, you can hear the influence of today's music in roots rock reggae music. For some of the elders, they probably be like, what's this new thing, man? You know, but this is where we cannot have reggae music not evolving. And we as reggae warriors has been, what would you say, given the gift to do reggae music in this generation and not take it to the next level. It's like when you listen to hip-hop music 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it doesn't sound the same today. So why should we listen to our music of today and it sound like the 60s or the 70s? Other than the only thing that has changed is the technology. We cannot afford that. So we have to bring something to the music, where Sugar Minott, John Hall, the Wheelers, Steel Pulse, Bob Marley did bring to the music. So it has to continue to transcend. So this is what I think we was able to capture on Strictly Roots.
Most definitely. Actually, I'm going to stick on that as well. Peter, I saw what you mentioned actually in the documentary you guys had was it's the root. As much as a tree can grow into many different places, it's the root. So you guys have got that root element,
Yes, sir.
but you varied it to match today's music.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you have to look at it like this. Every year, a tree with the same roots produce new branches and new leaves. And the leaves that will come out this year are very different than the leaves that will come out next year. The apples that come on the tree this year maybe shape a little different from the apples next year. But it's the same root that produce this every year. So this is how we look at the music. You know, roots music is always roots music. But you've got to evolve with the change of sound and people. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we don't dress the same way today that people dress in the 50s and the 40s or the 30s. So that's music to us. You know, we're not afraid to change. We're not afraid to let our music evolve into what it is today, because Strictly Roots album does not sound like a Don't Have to Dread album. You know what I mean? And a Strictly Roots album does not sound like a Mission in Progress album. So you will always hear the change that Morgan Heritage music goes through throughout the years as long as we're doing this. And it's only to maintain that relevance with the audience, because the same audience that came to see us 10 years ago are 10 years older. You know what I mean? And we're seeing fans now that we've never seen before. And it's because you continue to keep yourself relevant, and the generation that's listening to the music today, they're finding something in our music that's relative to them, and they like it, so they're coming to enjoy it. So this is what we do.
Yes. And I do encourage anyone who hasn't heard it, do buy the album. Fantastic, fantastic music coming out. Collaborations, or just Morgan Heritage on their own. The album is fantastic. The one that caught me, and I've seen the video, and coincidentally, I'm quite happy that it's both of you, was Put It On Me. That's my track. That's my track from you guys, yeah.
I think that song captures the element of being real, you know? Because sometimes within the Rasta community and the conscious community, we don't keep it real, you know? Because we're going like someone like woman, and it's a big stereotype, illusion. Because we love woman. So when we say Put It On Me, is the reality of say, yo baby, let's make sweet love. See when we wrote She's Still Loving Me is a reality that men make mistakes, and it's real when you can admit to yourself and say, baby, what I did was wrong. That's what to take a real man, and it also take a real man to say, yeah, baby, put it on me. And we're not afraid to say that. It's still in a very neat way. There's no lover boy like Solomon. Solomon was one of the greatest lover boy. Yeah? So it's the same thing what we are trying to show in the music, that be easy, man. Just be easy and keep it real 100% as much as possible. So when you Put It On Me and you see the video, you see the playful side of Morgan Heritage, even with a woman. And a lot of times you don't see the playful side of within a conscious movement. And we have all the elements of life. You know, food, clothing, shelter. Yeah. It's just the elements of life. But some people go and like say, it's just, yeah. Like, you know, the highest heights every day, all day.
That's most definitely, as you said, a fun side. Talking of the fun side, not saying you guys didn't have fun in it. It looked like Lukey had the most fun though. Am I correct in that? In the video? Most definitely.
It was a fun video, man.
Yes,
it was fun to shoot and be playful, just to the area, you know?
Yes, most definitely. So, here we are, the 10th album. Going on from what you said, Peter, that once one album finished, you're working on the next.
Yeah.
You guys have got your own label, producing your own music. We've got Jamiri, who's also on tour with you guys. So what is next for Morgan Heritage? What can we look forward to?
Well, right now we're getting ready to go into Africa. We want to do a Strictly Roots Africa tour. Next year we're continuing touring behind this album, because, I mean, there's a lot of places that we haven't been yet with this record, and a lot of fans still want to see the new album on stage, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of touring for the next year, and we most likely will be on the road. We're looking forward to probably completing a new album the end of 2016 to be released 2017. So you can look forward to a new album coming out in a year and a half, and a lot more touring next year. We're looking to come into Europe again, probably the early part of next year, and also to do the festivals in the summer. So it's just a lot of planning to be on the road and working with new artists in the camp, you know, CTBC Music Group. You know, we got a lot of new surprises coming for you next year. We're getting ready for Jamiri's EP to come out, so it's just a lot of work, a lot more music, you know what I mean?
Wow. Well, a lot of work on your side, a lot of appreciation on our side. That's most definitely because you guys have been the pioneers, the first family of reggae, doing it all. Guys, thank you very much. Once again, maximum respect to both of you. The last thing I can ask, can I just get a shout out for the viewers of the Lifestyle Show on Ben TV?
Bless up, this is Peter.
Yeah, man, and this is Grams.
And you don't know we are of Morgan Heritage. And right now you're locked into the Lifestyle Show right here on Ben TV. Who said that? Morgan Heritage.
It's cool to be conscious.
Highly, highly, highly. Hail him high.
Hail him high.
You have now entered the root zone.
Rock
Every